This is a quick review of how to do the Excel shopping list project, and what we're going to review in here is just some formatting things that we've learned in class. So the first thing you want to do is you can go ahead and see a sample of it by clicking this assignment link right here, and this will open up a copy of what it's going to look like when it's finished. So you can see here the first thing we need to do is we need to add a shopping list at the top. We're going to add a couple items on here. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize that, and I'm going to go and first thing I want to do, let's go ahead and merge and center our heading topping here. You can see I didn't do that on my sample, but let's make it look a little better. I'm going to go to A to F. I'm going to use the merge and center key, which is right up here under the alignment tools. I'm going to merge and center. I'm going to double click so I can type in shopping list. Now just so you know, Excel doesn't automatically spell check. You do have to go to review and check your spelling, so that's a nice little tip. I really do like the shortcut for this, and you can see when you roll over it, it tells you it's F7. So that's another thing you can just do is hit F7 if you're unsure of your typing. Alright, so our next headings. Let's look to see what our next headings were. So the next we need our second row. So we have item, quantity, price per item, and total price. So let's go back to our Excel spreadsheet. We're going to type in item, quantity, item price, and total price. Let's see if we did that right. Alright, I'm going to move this over so we can see both here. So we've got our item, our quantity, our price per item, and our total price. Oh, looks, you can see I have some typos in here as well. So let's go ahead and run our spell check here. You can see it ran it just for that cell, so I'm going to click off that cell. Yes, I want to continue. Oh, there's my quantity. And now we've got it checked. So notice how it will do it with incorrectly. You have to be careful with that in Excel. Alright, I don't like the way this item price and total price looks. So as you can see on my sample here, I want them to be word wrapped, we call that. So I'm going to go ahead and click both of those. I'm going to go back to my Home tab, and again in my alignment group, I'm going to go up here to where it says word wrap text. And now my text is wrapped. I also like to make this all a little bit bigger because this is my headings. And now you can see I have to make my columns a little bit bigger. Item's going to be a little bit bigger. Let's make my shopping list. Alright. And let's make it look so it's a different color. Okay, I'm going to turn my borders on here as well. We're going to be doing a couple items here. So I'm going to click and drag. We're just going to go down to 17. That'll give us a good idea. Here under my font grouping, I have borders. I'm going to click the drop down button, and I'm going to turn on all borders. So now I have borders. And the other thing I want to do is I want to turn these two items into dollar sign. This is currency. So I'm going to click on the C and the D. So I'm clicking and holding and selecting the C and the D column. I'm going here under the number group, and I'm going to click on the dollar sign. And now when I start typing things in, things will actually appear to be like currency. I'm going to get rid of this E and F column since we don't need it. I'm going to highlight the E and F, right click, delete my columns. Alright, and I should be ready to start filling in my items. Now we played the shopping list game in class, so just go ahead and start thinking of items that begin with an A first, and I'm going to say I want a quantity of 5 apples. I'm going to say they're 99 cents each. Now here is where we're going to put our formula in, because I want to figure out the total price of the items, and I have to keep my list under $75, so I may have to go back and adjust some of my quantity. So I'm going to use a formula so that I can go ahead and change things. Remember, when you're doing a formula, the very first thing you have to do is type in equals to tell the computer you're going into formula mode. I'm going to click on the quantity, and in this case it is B3. My operator is Shift 8, which is the asterisk key, and then I'm going to click on the item price, and that is C3. And then to get out of this mode, you can either hit enter on the keyboard or your check mark up on the formula bar, and you can see I have my total price. Now notice how we've got the $sign here. Again, that is because we used the currency formatting option under the number. Even though I don't have anything in these, I can go ahead and use my autofill to copy my formula all the way down on the page. And in my very last row down here, I'm going to want a total. So I'm going to type total. And to do the total, I'm going to want the sum above. So I'm going to type in equal sum. And I'm going to click and drag because I'm going to want the sum of all these numbers. And I'm going to hit enter on the keyboard. And now I'll have a running total. Okay, so we were playing the supermarket game, so B would be the next thing. And I guess I'm going to buy a banana. And I'm going to buy, we'll say we're going to buy 6 bananas. And typically you buy bananas by the pound, but just for the sake of our project, I'm going to say that they are 25 cents each. Because I've already put that formula in there, you can see it's calculated the total for me. Down here at the bottom, you can see it's calculated the total as well. So you're just going to go ahead and go through and just keep going through the alphabet, coming up with items, figuring out the quantity you'd like to buy. You can go ahead and guess the cost on it. And again, the idea is to practice merging cells, wrapping text, fill in shading, turn on your borders, and use the formulas and use the fill key, as well as using the currency and turning on numbering. All right, again, you would just submit that via my Google Turn-In form. So thanks so much.